But everybody thinks that the next step after you start building momentum as a barber is to open up a shop. Look, there's a lot of key things that has to happen before you do that. And honestly, it's not as easy as it sounds. Yeah, like you have your name, Paco's Barbershop. Like that's cool, right? But at the end of the day, like it comes with a lot of headaches, a lot of things that I fucking, I thought I was ready for it, but kind of find out of it's molding me into something better than what I'm normally used to, right? Because like I said before, every barber thinks once they build momentum, they think let's open up a shop. Cool. You get booked out, you get some clout, you start thinking, man, it's time to get my own spot. That's the move. But here's the truth. That's not always the move. I'm going to share the real side of this, the side that nobody posts on Instagram, the side that will test you as a person, the side that's been testing me, humbling me in a weird way and refining me into a leader that I said I wanted to be. It's weird. Like it's a weird phenomenon that I didn't even see coming. I'm always one for growth and stuff like that, but I often forget that with growth comes pain, comes being uncomfortable, and it's such a weird phenomenon that you think you're ready for it, but you're really not. But and honestly, it fucking hurts sometimes. Like, but I promised myself when I started this, I'd be transparent. So let's get into it, right? So let's start with what you think a shop ownership is going to look like when you do open up your shop, right? So the illusion is you open up the doors and everybody respects you, right? You build a team and it just clicks. Everybody is going to, hover around you because you're the shop owner, and everybody just thinks that you're, this messiah, I guess you can say. You collect rent, you're the boss, and you think, now I'm established, but here's the reality that nobody wants to tell you. And I'm going to tell you right now, and because I've been open for about 6-ish months now, right? Excuse me. Because I've been open for about 6 months-ish now. And I've learned a lot about myself in those 6 months. And I've learned that this is not for the weak. Like it's not for the weak. Like if you think, oh, I'm gonna come here and I'm just gonna cut hair and then go home. No. You as a shop owner, there's a lot of things that are required of you. So that was the illusion. Now here's the reality of it, right? You spend more time managing personalities than you do cutting hair. I thought everybody was like mature and oh, I'm gonna do my haircuts and I'm gonna pay my rent and it's all sunshine and rainbows. No, because at some point you will get blindsided by people you invested in. You will lose sleep over decisions you didn't see coming. You will realize that loyalty is rare as hell. Like being a shop owner, finding loyal barbers that want to actually grow with you because they actually see the vision and they actually see what you're trying to do is extremely rare. Like, oh my gosh. Like in the past 6 months, I've lost so many people that I thought were the ones, right? But at the end of the day, I do not care how good you are with the fade. Running a shop will expose everything about you and your leadership, your patience, your ability to deal with disappointment. Like the disappointment is fucking real and it gets to you. And I do not care if you're like, oh, I don't give a fuck. And you're a shop owner, then that literally shows where your leadership is cracked. Like you need to patch that up and figure out how to get better at leading people, right? So the hardest part that no one talks about, like over time, I've had barbers come and go, some left on good terms, some left without a word, and some left in ways that made me question literally everything. Like I've had barbers that I thought were the ones and they did me in a way where I'm like, was this your plan the whole time? You know what I mean? But as a leader and as a shop owner, you can't think that way. Like it's business. Like, this is why they say don't mix friends with business. And a lot of times barbers are friends first. You know what I mean? So I guess that's where my leadership needed to be tested because I realized that when it's time for that barber to grow, they won't second guess the shop or wherever you're at, right? Like Nobody tells you about the nights that you sit there feeling like you're the problem. Like nobody tells you the weight of the wondering. Like nobody tells you that. Like nobody tells you the weight of wondering if you did enough for them. Like as much as I'm about growth, I want everybody to grow around me. And sometimes when that happens, people around you start acting funny. It's so weird. It's like a weird phenomenon. Like you think like, oh, Pac is trying to show me something. I'm gonna listen. No, it doesn't happen that way. It's so fucking weird, you know. But one of the things that I had to learn was this: like you can't force someone to go. You can't force someone to grow. As simple as that fucking sounds, like it's so like ironic that I didn't like take that seriously, if that makes any sense, right? Like you can pour into them, you can mentor them, you can give them opportunities, and still they will leave, even if it feels it's easier somewhere else. Like, dude, like barbers will literally leave without second guessing. And that's the thing is if you're caught between two choices and the obvious one shouldn't be the like, for example, like if you're at a shop and you're second guessing of leaving that shop, then you might as well fucking leave, because you being at that shop should already be like a no-brainer. Like, oh, this is the value, this is where I want to be. But if you're second guessing it, then go to the next one. Go figure out if you want to be there, and if not, then you better hope you leave on good terms with that shop, because you really need to understand that sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Like, and I know that from experience, you know. So, like, but like I said, like you can pour into them, you can mentor them, you can give endless opportunities, and they still will leave you for something easier, well, something that feels easier, right? And bro, that shit will fucking humble you. Like, I don't care how much time you have in this game, like that shit will feel like it stings. Like it's so weird. Like it's a weird like sensation. Like not like now that I'm running a shop and running, you know, actually people, you know, here at the shop, compared to when I was by myself. Like by myself, I can easily pivot to something else and I'll be fine. Now I have to put some actual leg work to find someone to fill these chairs, like that gap that's in my culture or in my shop. All right. But yeah, that shit will fucking humble you. Like it'll make you question if you were too generous. It'll make you question if you should have been colder. Like you shouldn't have given too much. Like it'll make you question. Like it'll make you question everything. Even if you were like even if you were wrong about opening up the shop. Like should I keep doing this? You know. But at the end of the day, I signed up for this. If you're a shop owner and you're in the beginning stages, like it's you're still a baby compared to like the other people. Like you can't base quitting based off only 6 to 8 months. Like you need more track record than that. You know what I mean? So if you're in that boat, it's important for you to just to keep going, keep growing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm gonna meet the right people. I'm going to make the right connections to eventually fill these chairs up. You know, luckily, you know, I have like-minded individuals around me that still believe in the vision, and at the end of the day, like I'm still growing as a leader. You know, like now that I'm not just leading myself, I'm leading a whole culture, a whole shop. Like it's a whole different ball game. You know. And here is leading into my next thing is the leadership problem, right? And here's the part that most shop owners won't admit: everything is on you. Like they want to, like a lot of shop owners will blame that barber. Oh, that barber is dumb as fuck for, you know, thinking it's gonna be. No, it's not. It's your fault. Like every single barber that I've hired and let go or left on bad terms, that's my fault. That literally, I point that finger around myself because I should have known better. I should have been more clear and set expectations on people. And just because I give XYZ doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna stay. You know what I mean? And that's any shop owner. Any shop owner is not going to admit that. You know, like the people I chose to pour into, whether they left on good terms or not, those were my choices. The ones who did me dirty, I picked them. I picked them. Though that's my fault. You know, I tolerated the red flags because I was hopeful. You know, I thought I could mentor them into consistency. I thought if I led with my heart, they'd meet me halfway. And here's the thing: you can't lead the horse to the water and force them to drink it. Like you can't lead a barber and be like, look, bro, do this because it's going to be good for you in 6 months. You can't do that because that barber has to be already willing to meet you halfway. And that's my mistake for thinking like, oh, if they see me doing this, if they see me doing this long enough, they're gonna eventually do it themselves. Like, no, that's not how that works. Like, it's just not how it works, you know. But like, you can't coach someone into caring. You can't make someone loyal just because you are. Like, I know my values as a man and as a entrepreneur, barber, and as a leader, coach. Like I know my values, and sometimes those values will rub off on people, but sometimes they won't. And that's a clear like representation of your leadership, you know? Like this shop has been pruning me into a leader, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it fucking hurts. Like that's the shit that nobody wants to tell you. Like when like this shop literally is breaking me, it's humbling me, it's creating me, it's everything that I thought I didn't know I needed, if that makes any sense. Like now that I'm on my own, like now that I mean, now that I'm not on my own and I'm building a culture, like it's one of the hardest things that I feel like anybody can do. And that's why a lot of people don't do it. Like, and at the end of the day, like you don't have to open up a shop. Like, let's put that out there. Like, if you're a barber and like you don't have to do that. But if you know in the back of your mind you want a culture, you want community, you want to lead, then do it. Right? Because at the end of the day, like, yes, I'm fulfilled, but it hurts, bro. Like it fucking hurts. Like I remember the beginning of opening up the shop, like I I was broke. I was fucking broke in the beginning. Like, you know, and I'm still working on some finances and I'm still, you know, moving forward. But nonetheless, you know, like it's like every time I think I have it all figured out, I get tested again. People leave, people disappoint me, or people disappoint you. People remind you that this is part of the process. Like, like this is literally part of the process, whether you like it or not. Like, you can't bypass this part of building a shop. Like you just can't. Like there's no way around it. Oh, you motherfucker. I forgot to hit record on this, but I have audio over here, so it's cool. So like like I said before, like, but that's the price you pay for leadership. You know, like you pay for it with your time, your energy, your peace, but maybe that's exactly what's supposed to happen because it's shaping you into what you said you want to be. And that's not always a pretty picture. You know, it's not always a like one of those things where like, oh, I'm gonna do this, so by December 24th or whatever, I'm gonna have it all figured out. Like, no, that's not how this works. Like, it's not how this works, you know. But yeah, like I've learned a lot on this journey, and I want to continue learning, and I know this won't be the last thing that I learn the hard way or the easy way, or if I see it coming. But like I definitely feel like I need to be clearer on my expectations, and that's with any leader that's listening to this. Like if you want to lead, you have to be clear on your messaging. You have to be as clear as possible. What do you expect from people? What are your expectations from XYZ? Because at the end of the day, that's literally your culture. Like it is what it is. Like you have to like put it out there that this is what you want to do, you know. But like another thing too, another reason why I wanted to open up a shop too was because I realized charging high ticket on my own, I was comfortable. Like I was making 12K months. Like, you know, I mean, I'm still making that, but you know, now I'm keeping less because now I have the shop, which is fine because I'm building a brand, because I'm growing. I want to grow. At the end of the day, like I would rather have growth because growth equals more wealth. You know, growth literally equals more wealth, you know, opposed to my comfort literally means destruction. Like the second you get comfortable, you're dead. That's just the plain honest truth. But here's something else I learned. Like a lot of barbers don't actually want growth, they want comfort. right? They want comfort. They want stability. They don't want to take a risk, or they feel like taking a risk is jumping shop to shop and like, okay, this shop is not this and that. Like if you have the clientele over, you might as well just go to a studio, like open up your own studio, be by yourself. Like if that's something that you know that you want, then do it. Like I've seen, like now that I'm a shop owner, like I've seen barbers that can't handle community. Like they can't handle being around other people. Like they bump heads with other barbers. They get mad over little things, and those are the barbers that I feel like are meant for the suites, like and that's okay. Like at the end of the day, like there's nothing wrong with being in a suite for all your career. Like that's at the end of the day, like opening up a shop is not enough for everybody, but I do think a lot of barbers don't actually want growth. They want comfort, and they think in their comfort they're gonna get growth, but that's false, because they think like if they switch shop, they think if they switch shops, everything will click. They think the grass is greener when really it's just easier to blame the environment than to take accountability. That's another thing that barbers like, is accountability. Like they would rather point the finger at somebody else and say this is your fault, when they should just point it back at themselves, because realistically they are leaders too, but they're leading themselves only. But they're also leading themselves into thinking they can't take accountability for their actions, right? Like I've watched barbers move around thinking that different shops would fix their inconsistency. But the truth is, if you weren't disciplined in one place, you won't be disciplined in another place. Like that's just reality. Like if you weren't disciplined in one place, you will not be disciplined somewhere else. Like good luck with that. That's one thing I had to learn literally like as quickly as possible. Because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I wouldn't be here beyond. I wouldn't have the Built for More podcast. I wouldn't have community that I solely wanted. But if you're serious about building something real, right? Like if you're serious about it, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable, because that's where you grow. And that's the reality of it. Like most barbers run away from that. Like they stay in shop. Like I know barbers that stay in a shop and they would rather talk shit about the shop, and they stay there. It's like, why stay there? Like, dude, like you clearly don't want to fucking be here. Go somewhere else. Like look for a shop that you actually want to be in. Like, it's going to be hard, but that's another reason why I wanted to open up my own thing, because I want to have barber creatives be free, like to actually build something. You know what I mean? And as a leader, I have to be okay with them outgrowing my space too. That's another thing that a lot of barbershop owners are not okay with, is they get in their feelings about XYZ. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got on my feelings a few times when barbers will leave, but that's natural, because how I said before, like I poured into these barbers, but I have to be okay with them outgrowing my space too. And moving forward, like this is how it is, Like I've realized that it's systems over emotion. Like one thing I'm grateful for is that I was able to build systems very early on. I put everyone on a booking app, like not because I wanted to control people, but because I needed to protect my business, right? Like everything is on a booking app. Like if you're not on a booking app, what are you doing? Like, are you still taking like appointments on a notepad? Like, dude, stop that. Like that's like so, like you're forcing yourself when deep down you have to evolve. And if you're not evolving, then what are you doing? Like at the end of the day, like one of the things I learned from one of my boys that has a very successful barbershop out in Nashville. Oh, excuse me. Shout out Colt Nash, by the way. Like if I recently learned that if someone leaves a shop, their clients don't vanish just because I was able to put them on the app, like the what's it called? The clients will still get the email blast. They'll still see our shop's name, because that's what culture is. That's what a brand is, and that's not being petty. Like I think that's being smart. Like I think every shop owner should have a whole booking system, have every single barber on an app. That way, if that barber decides to get, weird or just stops cutting in general, you still have a whole section of leads. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Like being a barber, you're in sales. And I wish I learned that sooner. Like something I wish I learned sooner was being a barber is literally selling. Like I thought it was like, oh, I'm gonna hang out at the shop and just I'm gonna lay back and I'm gonna just chill and wait for all the people to come in. Like no, you literally have to go out there and talk to people and like be a problem solver. Like being a barber, you're a problem solver already, but with hair. Okay. It's something that I want you to understand, as especially if you're a new barber, you are a problem solver, regardless if you know it or not. You just need to realize it sooner. Like that's something I wish I knew sooner, but at the end of the day, like the better late is better than never, right? But systems are what literally keeps you standing when people leave. Like I have a bunch of fail safes. Like one of the things I learned early on, especially like in 2020, like all the COVID and stuff like that, you have to have fail safes. You have to have something to fall back on in case something happens. It's way different than a plan B. A plan B is like literally ditching plan A and going to plan B. No, a fail safe is literally something cushioned for you to fall back on if something bad happens. I feel like every single barber needs to have a fail safe in case that happens. A fail safe would be, let's say, here's an example of a fail safe. 1 week is busy, the next week is not. You having a fail safe from the busy week, you're going to take what you made on that busy week and put it away in case you have a slower week. That's just being smart, you know. But I promise you, you're setting yourself up. But I promise you, if you don't do this, you're setting yourself up for stress you don't need. Like, let's just put it out there. Like, I firmly believe a lot of barbers want to stress on purpose. That's just my opinion, But if you listen to this thinking about opening up a shop, let me challenge you with some questions. Okay, so listen to this. Are you ready to lose people and still keep moving? Are you ready to take accountability when you pick the wrong person? Are you willing to have uncomfortable conversations that might end up literally like ending relationships in general? Like, do you have the systems to protect your business when turnover happens? You know what I mean? Like, these are all things that you have to consider. Are you okay with knowing you will care more than most people you hire? And that's part of the culture. Like, you have to be okay with, most people want the title owner. That's it. Like, oh, I'm an owner of XYZ shop, but they're not bringing any profit, and they're not making any money. Their car payment is like $1,800. They want to look rich, but they're really not. And that's most of the barber industry. I know you fucking barbers. Like I know most of you motherfuckers like that would rather drive a fucking Scat Pack, spend $1,800 a month on that motherfucker, when you could invest that money into a mentorship, or invest it into ads, or invest it into a course to better yourself, to actually make the money to buy that car profit, like not profit, like actually buy the car cash. Like very few want the weight that comes with it. So if any of these questions actually like you can have answers to and be real with yourself, then you know what you have to do. But at the end of the day, like I'm sharing this because I don't want you to walk into ownership blind, because all these things I just said, it happens. Like it's one of the painful truths about opening up a barbershop, and it's painful as hell. Like you're gonna literally question everything. Like, should I keep going? Should I and then all the fear scenarios start playing in your head. And the most important thing to do when all that happens is to literally sit in it. Don't go off and try to escape it. Like literally face it head on and tell yourself, I can handle this. I will be fine. Like, because that happened to me, but I don't want you to think that it's all highlight reels and rent money and, profit, when sometimes it's loss. You know what I mean? It's real work. It's real leadership. It's sacrifice. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice to make this happen? You know what I mean? To accommodate to people that leave, or to accommodate to people that don't really care as much as you do. Like it's the willingness to get hurt and still keep going. Like that's another thing too. Like I literally did not know that. Like I'm literally asking people to not saying, I'm not like going up to barbers and say, hey, hurt me. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like in the grand scheme of things, leadership, you have to be okay with people hurting you. Like that's just how it is. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather have 3 barbers who are fully committed than 10 who see the shop as a pit shop. You know what I mean? Like I want barbers to understand the culture. I want barbers to like love the culture as much as I do, and that's extremely rare to find. I'm not, the reason why I say that because I know it's out there. You know what I mean? Because skills can be taught, but here's the thing: commitment can't. Like commitment is literally the root of why we do this. Like you want actual committed barbers. So you want people to actually come and fuck with you and actually like love what you do and see the value of what you're doing, you know, because at the end of the day, like that's literally it, you know. But with further ado, I really thank you guys for hanging out with me for these 20 plus minutes. Because if this episode hit you, share with someone who needs to hear it. Because if you're in that place or you know someone that's in there, like either way, you're one commitment away from stepping away from it or going all in on it, you know, because this industry is too hard to do shit halfway. Because if you're in that place where you're half in, half out, either commit or step away. Like plain and simple. Stop lying to yourself. Stop saying, "Oh, well, I think I want this." Oh, Paco's doing it, so it must be fucking easy. Well, I make it look easy. I make it look easy, but it's not easy. It's actually really hard. It's been testing me. But yeah, like I said before, like you really can't be halfway in, halfway out. Like commit or stop, or just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.